talk about what? No, it could be quite difficult. And of course, sometimes we just talk about anything that comes to mind. There are some topics that are taboo topics that you want to avoid. So just be mindful. We don't want to talk about those topics, and we'll let you know what they are. And my approach, not just in this preview, but in my full day workshops. First of all, I never just go in by telling you what to do. I want to raise your awareness, because if you do not know what you do not know, that's where you could make mistakes, right? That's where you could say that, yeah, I think I already know everything. What can you teach me? Your glass is full. So I am going to do a negative demonstration first. And that's where all of you will say, yeah, that's me too, that's me too. Because this is 1 hour. In the full day workshop, I will invite some of you to role play with me. But here, I will do it myself. In Chinese, we say, 自导自演. I'm my own director, I'm my own actor. And from there, I will highlight what are the questions to ask to start a conversation. What is the framework to use to sustain a conversation? And what are some of the tricks to end the conversation?
Now have, now don't have.
You. Now have, now don't have. Thank you. I know someone is frustrated with the IT stuff, right? I know I spent so much time, money, effort in the past months to get all ready for all of you today, and of course, all my online training. I hope that person gets it fixed up. And finally, the E is exercise, practice. You may not be able to role play with me, but I strongly encourage that if y'all have a notebook, y'all could take it out, make some notes. Now just say, yeah, that's a good idea. I can use that. By the way, Aventis will be recording or is recording this entire webinar. And I believe they will send the video recording to you via YouTube. So you can watch, playback, laugh about it, or yeah, that is so true. All right, so that is right up. And now it's fun time, learning expectations. I know many of you are familiar with Kahoot. I first knew about this 3 years ago when I was training in Germany. In Germany, they play it for all the technical training, but it's been very popular in schools and in organizations. So can you please whip out your mobile phone, not through your laptop, because your laptop is playing this, or your iPad. Whip out your mobile phone and open a browser. The browser can be a Yahoo, can be Google Chrome. Key in the words kahoot.it. Okay, I'm going to generate a game pin right now, and you will key in that game pin. 1 second, coming up. Okay, oops. Okay, so this one, once you have opened up, you will see a game pin that looks like this. Okay, let's see. Now y'all can see my emails too. Okay, stop share. 1 moment, I open this one and I'll share again. And ding, bingo. Okay, coming up in 3 seconds, 2 seconds, and 1 second. Okay, now the game pin is coming up in the next few seconds. I'd like you to key into your phone. But first of all, you have to open kahoot.it. Okay? Kahoot.it. In case y'all cannot hear me, can y'all please, if y'all open up your Kahoot now, I want to see what you have written. Anyone have any challenges with IT, can y'all please write it down? Oh, okay, you have no problem. All the names are coming up. We have 250 sign up, so we have 126 already logged in so far. The rest of us, catch up, will have 60 more seconds for everyone to get right in, and we'll start after that. All right, if you didn't manage to catch up, you can see the game pin right on the top of the screen. And finally, when you sort out your IT, you can join us as well. So another 30 seconds. Let's enjoy Kahoot music. The names are so cute. I'm looking at the creativity of the names. I have toothless, I have hooray, I have happy. I like it. Keep it coming. 10 more seconds. Those of us who haven't joined, just join in as along the way. So 4 simple questions. The first one, true or false? Networking skills are critical to our career advancement. False? Ooh, 134 majority of us do believe that networking skills are critical to our career advancement. And I respect the thoughts of the 5 of us who said, nah, because I do know a lot of friends who say, I do not need to network. I just need to do my job well. My boss knows it, I will be promoted. No need what PR. Those are all angkat people. So you may have your own views, your own reasons, but this is for me to know where we stand. Majority of us are aligned with what I think, which is why we're running this topic on networking skills. So let's move on. Oh, SH is the fastest finger. It means you press the fastest. No prize for this, just for fun. The next one. I'd like to know how experienced you have been in your job role. Whether you So there are 28 very experienced colleagues who have been in that job role forever. Okay, that includes me. I've been doing what I do for like 25 years. And majority of us 3 to 10 years. And we have 29, 1 to 3, and 14 less than a year in your role. The reason I ask this question is sometimes the longer we are in our job role, the more we whatever. I don't need to network. I've been here forever. No one can get rid of me. Interestingly, those who are less than 1 year in their job role could be more eager to build up the networking skills, to climb the corporate ladder, to be more advanced than they already are. So let's see how accurate this is. Ooh, I heard someone's voice. Once again, announcement, my ladies and gentlemen. If you're not speaking with me, can you please mute your video so I won't hear your secret conversations? Cool. Let's move on to the next question. Third one. How is your ability to make conversations? Let's see. And two, majority of you, you can connect with some people. Let me share with you or profile that it is typically, as the English saying goes, birds of a feather flock together. You usually connect with people that's your type, same frequency, same kampong style. So that's where we want to learn today. How can we expand their ability set, skill set, and talk to anybody, even people who are totally different from us. So three of you, you don't care, but thank you for still caring enough to come for a workshop. Maybe it's because it's free. I don't know, or your boss arrow you to attend. Whatever, I hope you have fun and take away some tips. And the final question. What learning expectation 20 characters. Let's see the words appear. This is a picture moment. Ooh, it'll be so fun to see all the words. Oh, I love this. Ding! Wow, communication is the most frequently entered word. That's why we have it so nice and big. Thank you. Let me do a quick read. Self-discovery. Oh, you can be assured of that. And how to open topics. Check. Able to ask conversations, learning, speak to anyone, initiate, improve networking. Love, love, love. I will do everything I can to help to manage or really deliver on all your expectations. And that's it. Thank you so much. Let's see for fun who is the fastest finger. Okay. I forgot my harigana. And the first one. I love the Kahoot. Thank you. So that was fun. Let me just refresh. What I recall is that most of us, we can talk to only certain type of people who are our type, we're more familiar with them. But when it comes to people who are not our frequency, we could meet some challenges. So let's dive right in. How can we address that and help all of us to better connect with anybody and everybody? So here, let's start with our cover screen. One of the tools out of my whole workshop is based on the acronym MANNERS, manners. And this is the E tool. Tool E is on the art of conversation, the conversation. And before we watch this video, I'd like you to watch me. I'm bringing in a concept called the director's cut. Okay, I'm going to stop share so that y'all can see me nice and big. Do you notice the color of my hair? No, nowadays cannot go barber, right? So I have to improvise. So I have, can you tell us the color? Can you give me some response? Am I talking to the wind? Can you chat into the chat group? Like, can you tell the color of my hair? I put an effort to look good. Purple, red, brown. Must be the color. Copper. Oh dear. My effect isn't there. No one actually. Oh yes, someone guessed pink. It is pink. I use red and white and I mix it. It's a hair wax. Okay, coming back to this. Right now, I'm going to simulate a scenario where I am in a networking session. And I was thinking, based on the profile of today, our invitees, those who have come, you have probably, some of you will go for events like recently, we had a HR summit. Of course, not in the actual summit, it was virtual. Every year for many years, it has always been in like some nice hotels and so on. So now I'll simulate in preparation for our, after the CB period, we can go out to play. So when I get into character, I will be a different person. I will put on my glasses. When I put on my glasses, my name will be Barbara Lee. All right, Barbara Lee, I'm a HR director of okay, don't call it call it ABC Enterprise. All right, this is a very big company. And when I will be role playing with another character who will be called Roxanne. So when I'm speaking as Roxanne, my pitch of voice will be higher. So you can tell that I am Roxanne. But when I lower my voice, I will become, what's my name? You got it, Barbara. All right, so this is a scenario where Roxanne, she is in sales. Okay, let's say she is in the training sales and she's trying to look for HR clients to market our programs. So Roxanne, she saw Barbara standing in the corner and she's going over to make some conversations. So I'm bringing in this concept of the director's cut. I will have my own conversation. So I will be Roxanne and I will be Barbara. At some point, I will cut myself and I'd like you all to comment in the chat group. What did I do well as Roxanne and what did I not do so well as Roxanne? All right, we'll comment on Roxanne first because Roxanne will be like you. Okay, you imagine you are Roxanne, I will make the mistakes for you. And from there, you'll observe, you say, yeah, I'm also like that sometimes. Okay, ready? Showtime. So this is the scenario of the HR Summit, and I start off with Roxanne. So many people. Who should I talk to first? Oh, yeah. There's Roxanne Wong from ABC Enterprise. Okay, I'm going to go up to her and make some small talk and then see if I can do any business and provide some training solutions for her. Okay, I can do it. Let's do it. Hey, good afternoon. Are you Miss Roxanne Wong? Yeah, you look very familiar. Yes, I'm Roxanne. Oh, hi, I'm Barbara Lee. I came for the HR Summit too. We all did. We're all here for the summit. Yeah, that's right. Have you eaten something? Yeah, I had a drink or something. Oh, did you try the very nice siu mai there? The siu mai is very delicious. No, I had my breakfast before I came. Oh, awkward. Okay. This could be a very awkward situation. Come, give me some comments. What did Roxanne do wrongly? Why is it that Barbara is not responding? Come, let's see what kind of response they have. Barbara got mixed up? No, Barbara is the one who is the arrogant, not very friendly, in this case from ABC Enterprise. And then Roxanne is the salesperson from the training company. So let's see. Too much small talk, too much actions. Yes, they were close-ended conversations. Roxanne was too friendly. She didn't match the energy level and the style of Barbara. You are spot on there. And close-ended, self-topic, not direct to the point. Yeah, she's like, yeah, are you here for the summit? It's like, duh, we're all here for the summit, right? Not the right question as well. Arrogant. Okay, now you're commenting on Barbara. No, we don't comment on Barbara. We comment on Roxanne. Roxanne is the one, hey, hi, because we want to know, we could be Roxanne. You could be the one trying to talk to someone who's not very friendly. So let's see what other comments we have. Proud, too fidgety. Yes. Okay. So now you have commented. Can you give some suggestions? Okay, I will share with you more questions later, but just share one or two questions and I'll demonstrate a better version right now. So what would be my good conversation opener? Give me a good conversation opener. Okay, yeah, so criticizing Roxanne. Can you please give me a good opening question? Yes, she asked a lot of close-ended questions. What would be your first one? Never watch for the non-verbal. Cool, I agree. So what would be a good question to start off with? Come, someone give me something. You're happy to criticize people, but give some suggestions. How are you doing today? How are you? Okay, by the way, this is a HR summit, where you're not meeting up with an old friend. Think along those lines. You were at a HR summit, human resource summit, and it's a break time. And you went out, you don't go, how are you? So thanks for the suggestion. Introduce yourself. Hi, where are you from? Oh, talk about the summit. How's it going for you? Okay, let's start with that. I like that. Yeah, ready? Okay, no. I will be Roxanne first. Ready? Action. Oh, wow, that one is that one is Barbara Lee from ABC Enterprise. Gosh, let's go and talk to her and see if she can get to know her and maybe offer some training solutions. Okay. Hi, are you Barbara Lee? I'm Roxanne Wong. Hey, yes. Oh, hi. Yes, I am Barbara Lee. Oh, hi. Yes, hi, Barbara. I'm from BEF Training Company. And may I know which organization are you with? I'm from ABC Enterprise. No wonder you look very familiar. I've seen you in another event before. Yes, what do you think of the HR Summit so far? I think it's very insightful. There's a lot of sharing on the upcoming trends for the human resource industry. I think it's pretty good. You're right. I felt the same way too. There were such fresh insights which I've never seen before. By the way, Barbara, in your opinion, how do you think the training industry will develop, especially after the whole circuit breaker release right now? How do you think things are going to moving on for the rest of the year? In my opinion, I think those organizations who have been continuously having their training, preparing the staff through virtual training, they are ready to go. But there's so many industries who are so behind, so many companies. I think they really need to back up. Wow, that is a very wise point of view, because for my organization, we have met a lot of companies who didn't share your view. They just thought that we will wait for all things to be over. But now that those companies who have been preparing all the past few months, they're ready to go. So yeah, you're totally right. You're on the dot. That's exactly what I've been experiencing and the kind of feedback that I get from other HR managers. Good. Yeah, I'm glad to know that my view is aligned with the rest of the industry. Okay. What else is good this time? What did Roxanne do differently? Let's see it. Ta-da, ta-da. So I tried to do something. Can you tell me what I do? Yes. Agree, seek opinion, break the ice. Yes. Approachable, open-ended. Yes. Where are you from? What do you think? These are all open-ended questions. Proper start. We share the same topic. Yes. I'm in training as Roxanne, and I'm speaking to Barbara, who's also looking at training open-ended questions. Lovely. So while we are looking at that, let's now take a look at a short video, which I have prepared. And some of us are very familiar with this because this is one of the all-time favorite, all-time favorite TV series called The Big Bang Theory. So those of us who are familiar with The Big Bang Theory, this is one of the very funny scenes. And let me just bring this up. And so you will see similarly what happened, especially when it comes to scenarios where when we keep asking close-ended questions, that's where you will get rubbish answers, or people just give you one-two-word answers and they don't really want to talk to you. So that's where we want to know, how can I ask questions such that I will get a response? So get ready for some laughter coming right up in 3, 2, and 1.
So Penny tells me you're working as a waitress to put yourself through grad school. That's pretty great. What are you studying?
Microbiology.
Oh, cool. So you could study me.
I don't understand.
Microbiology is the study of tiny living things.
I know, I'm studying it.
Yeah, and I said you could study me, because I'm a tiny living thing. It's a joke.
Are you sure?
Do you like science fiction?
No.
Role-playing games?
Like in the bedroom or like Dungeons and Dragons?
Either.
No.
You like high
It's
school?
gonna be a long night.
Yeah, well, it's your fault.
I had to ask. You didn't have to say yes.
You like magic?
Not really.
Okay.
Long night.
How about computers? Do you like computers?
I use them. I don't like them.
Okay. Puppies. Where do you stand on puppies?
Puppy once bit my face.
Yeah, of course it did.
How about that? Einstein was wrong.
What?
Approaching the speed of light doesn't slow down time. Approaching them does.
Excuse me. Damn, it's my mother.
Are you going to answer it?
I'm torn. She might be dying. You know, wouldn't want to miss that. On the other hand, if I let it go to voicemail, I could play it over and over.
I know how you feel. My mother makes me crazy.
Not as crazy as my mother makes me.
Oh, yeah? Does your mother call you every day at work to see if you've had a healthy lunch?
My mother calls me at work to see if I had a healthy bowel movement.
Okay, well, does she lay out your clothes for you in the morning like you're 9 years old?
You live with your mother?
No, that's the sad part.
Oh. Okay, check this out. My mother made me wear rubber gloves to kindergarten so I wouldn't pick up a disease from the other children.
That's nothing. I couldn't ride a bicycle because my mother was afraid I'd hit a bump and lose my virginity.
Oh, wow. You didn't, did you?
Not on a bicycle. In a Camry.
Corolla! More wine?
I'd love some.
Listen, you have to come to Shabbos dinner at my house sometime.
Why?
What, a Catholic girl like you wearing a big cross like that might just give my mother the big brain aneurysm I've been hoping for.
Okay, but only if you come to Sunday dinner at my house wearing a yarmulke.
It's a date.
Am I a matchmaker or what?
I watched it a million times and it's still so hilarious. So let's take a moment. Can y'all please comment in the chat group? Let's talk about the scene in the car. What was wrong? Howard was trying so hard. I mean, Howard actually said to the girl, the Bernadette, he said, ooh, you study microbiology. You can study me. What was he trying to do? Can y'all tell me, please? And he said, you study microbiology. What's he doing? Let's see it. Flirting! I'm so glad you get it because some people don't know. They say, no, they're just talking. I said, no, he was trying to flirt with her, but yeah, no, she didn't get it. And you say, oh, do you like magic? Don't like? Put back, put back. Do you like role play? Yes, no, yes, no. What kind of questions was Howard asking? Flirting and want to impress her. Yeah, I know, right? He's trying so hard. What was Howard, what kind of questions did he ask? Similar to Roxanne earlier on. Do you like this? Do you like that? Do you like computers? No, I don't like computers. Yes, it's close-ended. I don't like computers. I use them. I don't like them. Bang. End of conversation. But something changed over dinner. Did Howard start to ask open-ended questions? No! He was still asking dumb questions, right? Do you like computers? Do you like this? Do you like that? Do you like that? But something changed. When his phone rang, that's where Bernadette saw it. She didn't pick it up and she commented, I know how you feel. And after that, the floodgates opened, throng, and then they were, what happened there? Come tell me. What happened? He started to share his ideas. Maybe. What else did he do? What happened after that? What did they start to talk about? Who did they talk about? The common topic, yes, the common ground is the 老布, the mother. They even found common ground in where they lost their virginity. Japanese cousin. So the art of communication or networking or whatever you call that is all about finding that common ground, right? When you can find the common ground, that's where you realize that, oh, I see, no wonder that I've been trying to talk so much with them about something else and they did not get it. And that's where you get so frustrated. And that's where we want to sometimes highlight to everybody, when you want to get to break down any walls or build up any trust and relationship, you have to constantly find that common ground. But how? How to find the common ground? That's where I'm going to share with you. How do you start a conversation? Because if you just stand, if Roxanne just stood there and looked at Barbara, she would never know what she has in common with Barbara. But when she went over and she asked her, what do you think of the HR summit so far? And that's where Barbara shared her views about the trends, and that's where she could say, oh yes, I had these thoughts too, and they found that common ground. So here are some daily suggestions, some suggestions for your daily conversations. Later, I will have part 2 right after this slide on the kind of conversation starters during networking events. Okay, here's the first one for daily conversations. Some of you suggested earlier on, how are you? Yes, that will be more applicable for daily conversations, not so much in a networking event. You can do that, but it's not really, it doesn't hit home. You know, you don't just meet someone and at an event and go, how's your day so far? It doesn't relate to that common event, that common ground that you are at. Second question. Instead of saying, how are you? And what will be the response? Fine. Some will still, how to be fine. I can't like that. Maybe that's still good if they end up saying something. But the problem is when you ask your kids, when they used to come home from school before the HBL, you say, hello, John, how was school? What will your kids say? Okay. End of conversation. He goes into his room, nothing else to say. But if you're meeting a friend, meeting a client, meeting someone you haven't met in a while, the second one, power. I used this to train private bankers and they love it. Because the moment you ask someone, what has been keeping you busy recently? Your question is very focused and it triggers a lot of things to be said and it will make a very good conversation. If you want a small talk, you can ask that too, and then I'll show you how to you cut it later on. But if you want a long, deep, meaningful conversation, this is a great angle as well. I've used this myself when I ask, let's say, some of my clients that I have been connecting with for the past few months, what has been keeping you busy recently? You may think that they will all say the same thing, stay at home, know what to do. No, everyone had different things. One of them said, I started baking bread. I used to love baking bread when I was younger, but since I started working, I never had a chance. Another one said, oh, I have more time to spend with my kids. I started to invent games, nothing to do with work from home. So don't assume everyone is in the same situation, will have the same response. Try it, and you will be so refreshed with the different responses that you will get. All right, so that's the second suggested conversation starter. If it is a Monday, like yesterday, you can ask, how did you spend last weekend? Again, don't assume that everyone is stuck at home. There's a lot of things to do in the weekend. Right? For me, when people ask me that question, how do you spend last weekend? Oh, I was playing games with my 79-year-old mother, and I just realized what fantastic memory she has. I was talking to them, and I was also watching my mom paint. Do you know that at 79, my mom has great control of her hands? So they all found out one thing that matters to me, my mother. There you go. So great questions to open up conversations. Next one. A lot of people are thinking, with all these travel restrictions, I miss my traveling. I've seen on Facebook, I don't know about you, I see a lot of my friends posting throwback, hashtag throwback, throw long tongue throw. They tell, I went to here, went to Switzerland, went to Thailand, went to Bangkok. People like to talk about their happy memories. So stop talking about 216 confirmed cases. How many confirmed cases? You know, I signed up for the golf.sg. Every day they tell me confirm. Sian lah. I look at that. But instead, when people ask me, where did you go for your most recent vacation? I say, oh, actually my most recent vacation was to South Korea before the whole COVID-19 broke out. Yeah, I was there for training and I spent a few more days shopping. It was winter, it was 0 degrees. Oh, the food is much so delicious. I can go on and on and on. See, great question, great conversation starter. And the fifth one, okay, you want to talk about the current situation? You can. How are you coping with that? Then we have a lot of funny words. Work from home and your kids have home-based learning. So how are you coping? About a month ago, I asked this question and it was just amazing. And I asked it not through talking, through texting. Poor, the response. Then in the end, when they finished, they said, thank you for listening to my ranting. Well, I started a conversation. And then after that, I share with you, how did I bring in what I wanted to say with them? All right, ladies and gentlemen, vote. Which is your favorite conversation starter that you're going to start using for your daily conversations? Come, hit the buttons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ooh, number two. Oh, what's been keeping you? I love that too, right? Rather, stop asking how are you, okay? How are you is the most boring primary one question. How are you? Answer, fine. End of conversation, okay? Ask more. Who are the 2 is the number popular one? Ooh, okay, one of them said 4. One of you chose 5. Yeah, so that could be a popular one too. What else do we see? 2. All right, so let's move on. So these are some of the questions. I strongly encourage you to start using them with your clients, with your bosses, with your loved ones that you're stuck at home with. Okay, don't ask all of them. You can ask them, how's your day so far? Okay, this will be like, nah, okay, but at least it's something to get started. The next one. This one, as I promised you earlier on, is more applicable during networking events. Okay, it's definitely not how are you. First one is, which just now Roxanne asked Barbara, oh, which organization are you from? And that's where it is a simple factual question. And that's where Barbara said, oh, ABC Enterprise. So a simple one, especially all of you are from different companies, different organizations, surefire question. Second one, none of you mentioned this just now. Oh yeah, this HR Summit, how did you know of this event? And it is something to talk about, right? Some would say, oh, my friend who's also in HR recommended me. Oh, I actually had a free ticket from my company. And something to say, how did you know of you can replace the word event with whatever events that you are in. Okay, third one. This one, I use it a lot, especially when we're eating. Somehow food bonds people. Let's say they're eating this nice, gluttonous, okay, now let's say something healthier. Let's talk about the smoked salmon. If someone is eating, ooh, and I do not know that person, ooh, the smoked salmon looks good. How does it taste? And the person who's eating, it's very nice, you should try it. It's like, oh, really? Oh, yeah. I mean, you should try that as well. It's also very nice. Typically, when I do that, I get the person who is eating very excited. And they end up trying to recommend to me, eat this, eat that, eat that. Then I can bring, so by the way, which organization are you with? Then you can bring in the rest. So that is a great conversation starter. Pick something, but please pick some food that looks good. If they eat and their face is like, please don't ask them how does it taste. They tell you, I tell you horrible, I don't eat. Then it will be quite a negative way to start a conversation. See what they're eating and they look happy eating it. Then you ask this question. Cool. Fourth one. This is something that I asked just now as Roxanne, right? So what do you think of what the speakers have been saying so far about the industry trends? And so what do you think about the event? What do you think about the speaker? This type of question is excellent for the snobbish, arrogant, not so proud people because they hate small talk. This one is not small talk. When you ask them about the food, that is small talk. When you ask them their opinion, their thoughts, their perspective, you are tapping on their expertise and their intelligence and their experience. And that profile of personalities, like played by Barbara just now, they love to show off their knowledge. All right, so you can make a little note, the fourth one, great for the not so friendly kind of people. They don't like mini talks on superficial topics, but they like you to engage them intellectually. Final one. I get this a lot because you can see I'm so colorful, right? People will say, I like your hair. Where did you get your color wax from? Oh, I like your jacket. Where did you buy it from? I like your this, I like you that. And then I'll say, oh yeah. And then I start responding. And then it warms up and we start talking about anything under the sun. But once again, just like the food, please pick something that looks nice. If they're wearing the whole dress, long semua on black, you say, I like your dress. Then you'd be like, what's that to like? It's all black. Eh? So pick something that is shocking colors, bright, unusual, and then you can use that question. So hit me, people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Which is your favorite one? Is the dessert sweet? 100%, 50%. That's a good one. 5. All of them. Thank you. These are all tried and tested conversation starters. Remember, I'm an introvert by nature. So when I teach myself and I experience people asking these questions, it opens up doors. So moving on, what are the topics to dun, 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 topics to avoid? Will 0.5 appeal to Barbara? Let me see. 0.5. No. 0.5 if you well, it depends. If Barbara was using wearing a very unique pendant, and your tone of voice is, hey Barbara, I love this piece of pendant that's on you. It's very uniquely designed. It's definitely not off the shelf. It's something that's customized. May I ask where did you get it from? And that's where Barbara said, oh, this is a specially bespoke piece for me. And so you are again tapping on her show off about her knowledge about the special design, curated design and all that. Then it will be useful. But for others will be, hey, I like your hair. If you tell it to Barbara, she's like, are you here to look at my hair or to listen to the speaker? Okay, she won't say that, but she could give off that vibe. All right, so that's the response to that. And from Jesslyn. Okay, great. Thank you, Jesslyn, for saying your name. I saw you. So back to the taboo topics. Please keep the questions coming. You'll notice I look to my right is because I have a second computer so that I can capture the questions that you have. So just keep them coming. First one, politics. I know taxi uncles and aunties like to talk about politics. I tell you, government ridiculous. Cannot cut hair. How to go and 见人? Want to complain about government. Okay, with private talk, you can do that. You can talk with your family, gossip, everything. But when you're in a public place, in your corporate world, in networking events, no, it could go sour, go south. Secondly, religion. I'm a Christian myself, but I'm always very mindful of religion and I do not preach. But I have friends who are like, oh yes, in the name of God, everything will be blessed. Let's all say amen. And the rest are like, we have the Hindu, we have a Muslim. And it's like, come on, amen. I was like, seriously? You want to go that path? So be sensitive, avoid that. Not everyone will hallelujah with you. And the next one, your body appearance. Have you met idiots who say, hey, Jenny, hey, do you put on weight? Yeah, you put on weight, right? As if there's any woman in the entire freaking world that go, yes, I put on weight, nice or not. Will we say that? Can you please don't? Those of you who are out there, whoever have this, I know in your mind is like, she didn't look like that and she looked different. I need to find out, did she put on weight? I do not know why in that warped mind that you will really need to know if she put on 1 kilo, 2 kilos, 3 kilos. So that is a no topic. Okay, so for men, generally, when you want to comment or even give a compliment, here's a little tip. Compliment only from chest up, like not even chest, like neck up. For example, that is a very beautiful, exquisite looking necklace. So that is fine. But if I'm wearing a brooch right on top of my tete, on my breast there, right? And you go like, ooh, nice brooch. And the woman may be offended. Is she looking at my brooch or my breast? So that could be sensitive. Or you can talk about the earrings, talk about the hairstyle. Don't even talk about nice shoes. You'll be thinking, are you checking out my legs? So for gentlemen out there, compliment from where? Neck up. That's right. But body appearance, fat, thin, even slimmer, you also might not want to say, oh, did you lose weight? Not everyone wants to lose weight. You say, yeah, because no mood to eat. Cannot eat like every day, like that, eat like it could be sensitive as well. Next one, personal finance. This is a taboo. I've seen it, having been in sales for decades, especially when I was in insurance sales for around more than 10 years. Somehow everybody in the networking event said, hey, this year I made X, how many 100,000? You, how much did you make this year? Just because you made good money does not mean everyone else want to share and brag about how much they have made. So again, if they should brag back, most of the time they will try to blow out a number to look good in front of you, but no one truly enjoys that kind of conversation. So cut it out. Finally, sex. Let's talk about sex, baby. Okay, you can talk with your loved one about that, but not with people in the world, in the corporate world or in a networking event. Of course, we won't ask like, so how many times do you have a week? We don't ask questions like that. But some of us are just so happy. Did you know what happened last night? I met this guy on Tinder. I tell you, he was good. Please don't go there. Not everybody, no. Basically, nobody wants to know about your sex life. Unless if they are your personal friends, your loved ones, your mother, your father. But with people in the social setting, cut it out. So let's see. Out of these 5, my question is different this time. Which one are we guilty of talking about sometimes? Okay, not which one you want to use. All 5 don't use. But which one are you? Okay, just I don't think so. Pregnancy just got fat done. So funny. Can we talk about pregnancy? Because pregnancy can link to body appearance. Oh, let me address that. If the person is pregnant, of course you can talk about pregnancy. How are you feeling during this whole pregnancy? You can ask that. Wow, how many months is baby now in your stomach? Oh, what name have you thought about for your baby? Oh, what a very sweet, meaningful name. You can comment about that. When I say body appearance, it's like fat, thin, your hair too much, things that just put yourself in their shoes. If someone asks you that question, will you feel awkward about it? If you do, high chance the other person will. All right, so that will be a good litmus test. Let's see, 444. Most of us ask about finance. Really? You must be salespeople who make a lot of money. And now to the next part. Which means take a sip of water. The next section. This is another framework that I use in my advisory sales training for private bankers. How do you conduct deep, meaningful conversations using the PPF framework? This is a short webinar, so I'll just tell you right away. In the full-day workshop, I will actually bring out the awareness that when you do not have a framework at all, it's very hard to keep a conversation going for even more than 2 minutes. So here's the framework. I'll show it to you. You can take a picture and then I'll demonstrate how to use it. First P is the past. After the past, what is the past? Give me some response. Using chronological order. After past, we have any response? Yes, thank you. Present and the future. So the next one, the y-axis is quite hard to guess. The first one, talk about profession and then personal if they allow. And for salespeople, we use finance. If non-financial, we use function. Okay, let me demonstrate this. Why did I put, first of all, I put the past, present, future. That means in order to get someone to talk very quickly, you want to ask a question that has already happened so that it is in their memory, or it is happening so they can just recall very quickly. But if you start a conversation with a future, for example, let's ask a personal future question. For example, just now Roxanne came up to Barbara and said, hey Barbara, where do you see yourself in this world in 10 years' time? And Barbara will be like, tweet, tweet, tweet. It hasn't happened. And who asked that kind of questions? You're not in some like, in some retreat about searching for your purpose-driven life. No, you want to have a conversation. You don't ask a future question first. We recommend that you ask something about their job, their work, because not everybody is happy to talk about their personal life right away, unless they offer the information. So let's start with this profession. Just now, let's say Barbara was a bit snooty at first, but Roxanne manages to open her up. So, hey, hi, you must be Barbara, right? Yes, Barbara. Barbara, which organization are you with? He said, oh, I'm with ABC Enterprise. Oh, that's really cool. I've heard so much about you. So Barbara, I know you have joined the ABC Enterprise quite recently. Oh, where were you working with previously? Oh, I was working with XYZ company before that. Oh, that's cool. Wow, yeah, because XYZ is also a very reputable company. And oh, it seems like you are really have a lot of experience in all the big MNCs around the world. Oh, well, you can say that again. Oh, actually, from ABC XYZ company, what was the if you could share with me, what's the motivation for you to join ABC organization? So, oh yeah, actually, XYZ was good, but I was there for like 10 years. So, oh, so I decided to search for new opportunities. Oh, that's great. So that's why you're now with the ABC. Must be a lot of new opportunities. Yeah. Okay, the next question. Please don't ask Barbara, when are you going to quit? Okay, that's a little bit taboo question. Instead, you could ask, wow, so now you have been with them for about 1 year? Yeah. So what are your future plans for your organization to bring them to greater heights? This is the part where you engage Barbara intellectually. So yes, I do have a lot of strategies that I want to roll out, not just in Singapore, but region-wide. But you see, if the first question that Roxanne asked Barbara is, what are your plans for ABC Enterprise for the next 2 years? Barbara looked at her like, me, what are you talking about? Where did it come from? There's no basis. You have to bring a client from the current one, maybe bring them back a little to the past, to the present, before you bring them to the future. Otherwise, the memory bank is kosong, empty, nada. They have nothing to tell you. All right, the same technique will apply for personal. Let's use another example of personal. Let's say for a small talk. Okay, wait, before I move on to the next one, give me some feedback. What do you all like about the past, present, future profession? Questions that you can use. Yes, ask them, what are you doing right now? What do you do before? And don't ask them when you want to quit. Nah? Ask them, what are your future plans within your company? Good flow. Thank you. So that's the flow. We want to remind and encourage everyone. Start a conversation with the present, move back to the past, come to the present with the past. Once you feel that you have gotten enough information, that rapport is built up, then you bring them to the future. All right, thank you. Oh, thank you, Jean. You're the only one who responded. Everyone else still thinking. Next one, personal. Okay, when it comes to personal, let's use the same example. If I am having small talk with Barbara and she talks about a job, and along the way, Barbara goes, yeah, I do hope to do a lot for the future of my organization. I must put my glasses so you know I'm Barbara. I do want to do a lot for the organization in the next few years to really, really propel them to new heights. Yeah. But, as I'm doing all that, sometimes it's very hard for me to totally focus on my work because I still have a young son at home that I have to take care of. Son, ding, ding. If somehow in the conversation, the other party, in this case, Barbara, reveals certain information that is personal, that means she is giving you permission to talk about it. But if she has not mentioned anything about her family, don't ask, so Barbara, are you married? Maybe Barbara is some old maid for like 20 years. All the men are scared of her because she's so intimidating. Then you might not want to ask that question, right? But if she said that she has a son, again, don't assume that she is married. Huh? She could have gone to the sperm bank to get herself impregnated, or maybe her husband died. She divorced her husband. You don't know. Okay, I'm saying that because I am divorced for how many years now? 15 years. And whenever I talk about my son, people, 100% of the time, people ask, so where's your husband? What husband? No husband. No, I don't get upset. But people, when they assume, it reminds me not to ever assume. Especially in today's world, there's so many forms, right? We have the same gender marriages, we have single parent, there's so many versions. Don't assume it's a good old traditional father, mother, one son, one daughter, perfect family picture. No. All right, so back to Barbara. Oh, Barbara, you mentioned you have a son. That's lovely. So you ask a present question. What is the first question that we usually ask when we hear that someone has a child? Come give me the question. Yeah. Please, can someone tell me? I tell you, 99% of the time, people ask the same question. When you hear that someone has a child, what's your first question? How old, right? I know. That is the most boring question. Boring. Read my lips, huh? Because what kind of answer will you get? 3 years, 4 years, 1 month, 2 months, you get a factual response. There is no emotion. Let me share with you my power question. My power question that will open up doors, that will build relationship, and then that's where you can build trust. My question, which I've ingrained in my brain for years, I never ask how old first. When someone tells me they have a child, my natural response is, what is the name of your son? You see, when you ask someone, how old is your son? Oh, 8 years old. End of story, no feeling. But when you say, what is the name of your son? Oh, his name is Cohen. Oh, and then the next response, you want to go, wow, what a unique name. If you never heard of the name before, you can say unique. Don't say interesting name. What an interesting name. Interesting is another word for weird name. Okay, don't use the word interesting. You can use the word, what a unique name. I'm talking about my own son's name. My own son's name is C-O-E-N, Cohen. Not very common, right? So whenever someone says, what a unique name, that's, oh, thank you. And the next question is, what inspired you to come up with the name Cohen? What inspired you? You can use that phrase, if you like, key it down, write it down. What inspired you? When people ask me that for, well, when my son was born, I thought I wanted to give him a very unique name. So C is for courage, O is for omnipotence, E is for empathy, and N is for nobility. These are the 4 core values I hope to instill in my son from the time he's born to eternity. I said that to the nurses in the Thompson Medical when I gave birth. And all the nurses went, wow. And nowadays, when people ask me that in a social setting, I tell them they also go, wow. 100% they go, wow. But don't just wow. This is the intelligent response. Wow, what a meaningful name. Or if there's a story, okay, a quick one. I was in Vietnam, Hanoi, training, and the HR manager there, she told me, oh, yeah, she was talking, I've been very busy, I just came back, and because I went for confinement for 4 months, I said, oh, 4 months, wow, you just gave birth. Guess what did I ask? What is the name of your baby? And she said, oh, my baby's name is Pong Prang. I couldn't repeat that. You don't have to repeat it if you cannot repeat it. I just said, wow, what a beautiful name. I don't know if it's unique. It could be a most common name in Vietnam, but I just said, what a beautiful name. Then my next question is, what inspired you to come up with this name? And then this is what my client said. My baby's name, Bong Bong Prang, it means faith. Because this is my 3rd pregnancy. For 2 times, I had no baby. Halfway through, I had miscarriage. So with my faith, I believe in my God. I finally gave birth to Pong Prang. That's why my baby's name is Faith Pong Prang. I was like, what a beautiful story. She said, cảm ơn, thank you. She super loved me. Bought me dinner that night, and then she gave me more business. There you go. So please, from now on, stop asking, how old is your baby? You can ask that after a while. You can refer to the name. Let's say if it's Jenny. Oh, sweet baby Jenny. How old is Jenny? Wow, what does Jenny do right now? Can Jenny do this? Can Jenny do that? The moment you use the child's name frequently in your conversation, that connection is made. What do you think of my story? Can comment. You like my story? Whoa, oh, thank you. Wow, nice. Thank you. These are all true stories. Every story I share is true from different countries. So even if I don't understand the language, like Pong Prang, I still can't repeat it. I just use standard templates, but say it with feeling. What a beautiful name. No effect. What a beautiful name. And finally, let me explain what is function and functional. Function means this is very useful for within the organization. Let's say I'm with finance and I need to speak with someone from sales department. I will ask the salesperson, so how is your sales this month? Because I need to close my accounts. He said, oh, sales, I have done X number of sales. Great. Have you submitted the documents? Is still the receipts? I haven't. And you know, in the past, when you submitted, how soon do you submit your documents before you get the reimbursement? You said, yeah, in the past, I usually submit about 2 weeks before time. So, all right, 2 weeks, because I noticed till now I have not received it. So if it's going to be, when can you submit for me? I don't know. But in the past, I have submitted, I took like two weeks. Then I think if I can give it to you by help me to do the reimbursement. So you see, when I ask a future question, I first ask when can you submit it? They don't know. But how long did you take in the past? 2 weeks. So in the past, it took 2 weeks. Chances are it will take 2 weeks as well. So this helps you to get a gauge rather than most of us at the time we will ask the future, when can you give me the email? When can you do this? When can you do that? There's no basis. See, in the past, how long do you take to respond? Oh yeah, in the past I took X amount of time. So in the past, if you took 2 weeks, can you take 2 weeks as well? So I can close my accounts on time. So that's where it can give you a lot more meat and more realistic responses. And when it comes to sales, well, there's a huge advantage. Let's say using my own experience in insurance sales, in network marketing, in real estate, I've sold anything in this world that you can think of except myself. Well, I do sell myself every day, right? The way I speak. But coming back to this, if it's financial, when I do a review with my clients, I don't ask, so what kind of insurance do you need? They'll say, no need, top of my hand. But when I ask, so in the past, what kind of policies have you invested in the past? Oh, I've got endowment, I've got this, I've got savings, I've got whatever, you can say all that. So at the moment, what kind of form of insurance are you looking at? So you're actually looking at my past. I think I've got a lot of investments. I don't have any on protection. So, oh, I see. So yeah, that is true. I noticed that in your past, you have a lot of endowments, saving plans, and you mentioned especially with all this uncertainty about situations and health. So you're looking at protection. So let's say moving on, if I can put together some ideas together, what kind of policies or insurance would you be keen to explore? Oh, I think in this case, I will need more of a health insurance or maybe some critical insurance. And that's where you brought them from the past. And that's where they recall, oh, this is what I had in the past. This is what I have now. They find the gap. Then you bring them into the future. Simple. So there you go. This is the way to sustain a conversation. You see, 3 times 3, 9. And you see, for each type of question, I don't even have just one. I have 2, 3. I can have 20, 30 different conversations or questions using this framework. All right, tell me, what do you think about this whole PPF? You like it? You're going to use it? How are you going to use it? Give me some feedback. Oh, nice. Thank you. Nice. And it's great. Thank you. I hope you find it useful. I have been teaching this for more than 10 years using this framework. And that's where people will come back and say, thanks. Especially when you're in a social setting, you do not know what to say. Remember to always start with the profession. Ask the present, go to the past, and then move to the future. All right, useful. Thank you. We have another 15 minutes before we close, so I'll just take another 5 minutes to 10 minutes to finish up, and then we can have more questions. We are on great time. Now, this is a simple tip to change topic. Have you ever had someone who just keeps talking about himself or herself? Means they are not a conversationalist. They are monologuist, if there's such a word. Like talk on their own, you know. I tell you, and then I tell you, and then I tell you, it's all their own story. And then you find it so hard to even change the topic. So let me ask you, there's actually 3 power words that you use. In fact, they're in one row. What do you think is the word when you say it, the words, when you say it, you can bring them back to whatever you want to talk about? I'll give you a clue. The first word is buy, B-Y, buy. What? Tell me, buy. What? By the way. Yes, even you short form, Cha-cha. Yes, by the way. And then you go. I teach my mom that. My mom would sometimes say that, I'm talking to who, and they go on and on. I said, Mommy, you just say by the way. But when you say by the way, you have to raise your pitch. For example, if Barbara was talking, by the way, Barbara can't hear you. You have to go, oh, by the way, and you raise your, by the way, and then, and that's where they will pause and look up. So I use this a lot, especially in my line of work with sales. Sometimes my clients can go off track. We want to talk about your kids, you want to talk about your holiday, but I'm really there to close a deal. So after a while, I said, yeah, that is so interesting. Oh, by the way, Barbara, while I remember, I brought along a document to show you. And ching, then I brought her back to what I want to talk about. All right, so that's a simple tip that many of you already know. Now is the way to close the end of conversation that has passed its prime. Right? After a while, sian already, talk so much, I want to talk to other people, especially in a networking session. You want to talk to as many people as you can, not with one person for the entire 3 hours. Right? So here are some suggested phrases. First one, let's say I'm talking, and then Barbara gets really excited talking about industry trends and talking about the sun. And then, so Barbara, it was a pleasure speaking with you. Let's catch up again sometime soon. And Barbara or whoever it is will get it that you need to go. Right? For this approach, there's no need to give an excuse or, oh, my phone rang, I need to go. Oh, I need to go toilet. That one's a bit lame. Huh? People all know that there will be a point where you are done with the conversation. And this will be a very nice, professional, and yet warm way to do it. Second one. Barbara, I wish I could chat more as I have to run to a client meeting that's starting in 10 minutes. I wish. So this one has a different effect. That means that I will talk more with you if I could. It's so fun talking to you. It's so enjoyable talking to you. I wish I could. I personally like this. Because when you say I wish, just when guys ask me, I want to go for drinks, I never say no, not interested. Very rude, right? I said, I wish I could. I have to run to another appointment. And they'll be like, okay, can I invite you next time? I was like, all right, next time then. It's a nicer way to say no. So try again. Drop all your no's, just say, I wish I could. The next one. This one is the art of deflection or distraction or taiji as we call in Singapore. I do this a lot as well. I'm talking to someone and after a while I get like really stoned, look at the person. He or she can go on and on and on for a long time. And I see someone walk past, I said, Oh, Jenny, by the way, have you met Michael over there? Oh yeah, I think Michael is one person that you have to meet. Shall I introduce you to him? And as I'm saying it, I start moving and then the Jenny will move with me. It works, amazing. 10 out of 10 times. When you say, have you met? They won't look at you like, no, I haven't met and I'm not interested to talk to him. No normal human being will do that. When you say, have you met? They will like turn as well. Come, let me introduce you. Huh? Okay. And they will walk with you. So this is a very powerful technique to close a conversation. At the same time, this third tip can help you to be a very good networker, which is to be a host, to play host. Play host means, let me introduce you to this person, let me introduce you to that person. After a while, people will want to talk to you because you are the rainmaker. You are the center of influence. You know people around. Even if you just met them, you can say, oh, I just met this person called Michael. Let me introduce, hey, Michael, yeah, we met earlier on. Let me introduce you to Jenny. She is with Ching Chong Chang Company. Yeah. And then they talk and you're like, bye now, funny zao. Then you're going to run for your life. Huh? But do it nicely and very swiftly. So which of these suggested phrases do you like and you will use right away? Come, give me some numbers. 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2. Ooh, all are nice, right? I personally like the 2 a lot. Ooh, we have a good variety. Nice. So now it's time for some action. I'm glad to see you all have all that. And before we close, I thought instead of questions as well, we will have a final round where, ooh, I see a handsome man right here. I'll have a final round of role play. I am going to apply all that I have shared earlier on in the continuous role play. You will see how I open a conversation, how I sustain it with the PPF, and how I change the topics and how I close it. Cool? Right? I'm doing my own acting. By the way, I'm theater trained. Can you tell? Miss Drama Queen. All right, same name so that everyone remembers. The salesperson from XYZ Training Company is called Roxanne. And the one from ABC Enterprise is called Barbara Lee. Ready? Action. Oh, excuse me, hi. Are you Barbara Lee? You look very familiar. I think I met you in another event before. Yes, I'm Barbara Lee. And you are? Oh, I'm Roxanne Wong. I'm from XYZ Company, Training Company. Yeah, it's such a pleasure to meet you again here. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's quite a coincidence, the HR Summit. Oh, talking about the HR Summit, Barbara, what do you think of the event so far? I think the event is very insightful, and the speakers have also shared about the industry trends, and I do agree. I think that that's the way to go. We need to really invest in our human capital to bring our companies to the next level. That is very insightful, Barbara, and I agree with you, because with my companies, that's why I'm from the training company, XYZ company, which is why even during the whole COVID circuit breaker time period, we were continuously providing training, virtual trainings, to keep our human capital well equipped so that they're ready to run on the road like now, right? Now that things are all back to normal, they're all ahead of time. Yeah, I'm glad to hear that your training company is also very forward thinking. That's cool. What do you say your company name is again? Oh, it's XYZ Training Company. Oh, do you have a name card? Perhaps we could think of something that we could keep you in mind. Oh, yes, I do. And this is my name card. Yeah. So by the way, Barbara, I know you have been with ABC Enterprise for just quite recently. And may I know which company were you with before you joined ABC? Oh, I was with Global Max Academy before that for a couple of years. I was in L&D role, learning and development. And recently I thought I want to really work on the human capital. So I joined ABC Enterprise. Oh, wow. So you're with Global Max Academy and you moved over. That is a very good company too. And I'm sure that there are a lot of opportunities right now at ABC Enterprise, especially with all your insights. You can definitely bring the whole company